Good day. Welcome to another session of INSE Millier, the YouTube channel of Insurance Institute of India. Today we have with us Mr. K. Ganesh, the member life of IRDA. Mr. Ganesh is somebody who is very well known in the industry. He had been part of the Life Insurance Corporation of India for 4 decades. And now he is the member IRDA for last nearly 3 years. So you're welcome, sir, to be a part of this journey of INSE Millier, and thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Dr. Thomas, for inviting me for your session on INSE Millier, and greetings to all the viewers who will be watching this program.
Sir, let me start with a personal question. You know, you have been having a very active life in LIC, looking into all aspects of the company, including operations, business, corporate communications. You have been working in various roles across the country in many places as SDM, everything. Now when you move from active business to a regulator's role, what was the significant change? How did you feel about the change?
Dr. Thomas, yes, I started my career with the Life Insurance Corporation of India way back in 1983, and have had a very enjoyable time working in the organization, working in different places and with different responsibilities. The organization has given me great opportunities of working with the agents in the field, and through them getting an opportunity to meet many customers who have taken their insurance policies. Have also worked in other departments of customer service, customer relations management, and of course corporate communications. They were all operational responsibilities, and those responsibilities largely were focused on achieving the goals of the organization, the goals that have been set from year to year, although of course the larger goals were always there to reach out to every insurable public and ensure that they have an insurance policy and provide them with the cover so that their insurance requirements are well met. Transitioning from the operational responsibility of LIC to a regulatory position here in the IRDA, well, the regulator's position is, as we understand, it's on regulation making and supervision. But in the case of IRDA, I think viewers will also be aware that there is an additional responsibility for development of the insurance in India, insurance sector in India, ensuring more people are brought under the protection of insurance in India. So this marks a fundamental difference between the operational perspective that I had in my earlier assignment to the regulatory perspective I bring here. Again, as you are all aware, there are so many insurers, entities having different sizes, different business strategies, operations, profile, and the sizes and the operations of these insurers have different supervisory requirements. The regulator has to keep in mind all this so that any decision that is taken will be fair and equitable and give opportunities for every insurer to use these regulations to improve their reach among the insuring public and ensure that they are protected at all times. There is, of course, an eternal debate on the approach to regulation. Should it be on a principle-based or rule-based? At IRDA, we believe in maintaining the fine balance, keeping in view our objectives of policyholder protection and organized growth of the industry. So this is something that I have been benefited from my earlier experiences, and I'm sure that the efforts that have been put in by the IRDAI will help the insuring public in larger numbers to get protected through insurance covers, and also their policy servicing requirements from time to time.
Thank you, sir, for that elaborate answer. I would like to ask you something else now. The entire country has been speaking very loud and clear about the IRDA's role during the COVID times. IRDA has come out with many enabling regulations, and uh, it has sent out circulars which helps the industry and the people at large during these troubled times of the pandemic. Um, you have had a stint as the chief of the health insurance also when you were in LIC. But then, okay, looking at it from your chair, what do you feel as most significant among all the COVID related? I mean, especially in this whole times of.
I think the onset of the pandemic put us all to examine how do we handle the situation as it will unfold. This is something that we have not had it in the past. So we needed to think on our feet, and so largely what we did, we were in regular consultation with the industry, and the consultation process helped us to understand the requirements of the industry to meet the challenges of the day, to ensure that the people are made aware about the benefits that will accrue under their policy, under their existing policies. One of the important beginnings we made was requesting the insurers to communicate to all their policyholders about the coverage under their policies, including the issue of COVID. There was always the anxiety whether my policy will cover for COVID and COVID treatment. I think one of the earliest communications we had addressed was in assuring the public that your policy covers you for COVID. The second one, of course, remember this pandemic started out in particularly in January, but it became more significant in March when we also had the national lockdown for some time. A lot of premium were payable in the period between the 15th of March and the last days of March. So we had at that time come up with a special dispensation to extend the grace periods for payment of the renewal premium of the policies. This helped in ensuring that the insurance protection covers were continuing for their policies. It also required us to examine about the coverage of death due to COVID and also settlement of death claims. At that time, people became more and more aware of the need to have insurance. But that was a time when face-to-face contact was becoming a challenge. From my experience, I can tell you that life insurance in particular, largely the conversation happens face-to-face between the agent and the individual. And COVID did not allow for this. So we needed to come up with special dispensations which will enable people to be brought under the protection of an insurance policy without the physical need for an agent to sit along with them and complete that discussion and work. So a lot of these corrections had been brought about, and I would definitely want to compliment the entire industry, the agents, and all those associated with the insurance business, because ultimately the outcomes will tell us whether our initiatives have borne fruit or not. Even as the pandemic started sometime between Jan and March, the insurance industry was doing very well, life insurance industry in particular. And even though the last 15 days, which is a very, very vital period in the calendar for life insurance in the year, the industry still was able to come out well in spite of the pandemic. The claim settlements were closely monitored both at the regulator's office level and by the insurance companies themselves. The claim settlements also were very good. And in the year following, 2021, even though we had a second wave which really took a toll on everything, still at the end of the year, the life insurance industry did very well. We showed growth in terms of absolute numbers of product policies, and also the claim settlements have been also robust. We have actually improved on the claim settlement performance. I think this is a tribute to the industry for having taken upon the challenge and come up with solutions which enable people, A, to get insurance protection, and B, to ensure that claim settlements are done on time, which I think has been a matter of great happiness for all of us in the country.
Yeah, you are entirely right, sir. Yes, and then that is well acknowledged by the industry as well. So let me talk to you something else. You have seen the in and out of one company, and also you have seen one market in the 4 decades. But when you came to IRDA, you have seen the entire industry of the country. And through organizations like the International Association of Insurance Supervisors, you have interacted with actually the major part, if not the whole, of the entire globe. You're seeing big insurance companies outside, small insurance companies. How does the entire globe looks at insurance? And there, how do you compare the knowledge levels and education levels within the country and outside in foreign countries?
Yeah, we have been having interactions with the International Association of Insurance Supervisors, a global organization, and comparing notes periodically about the issues that are being faced by respective countries and how are they handling it. And I would largely inform your audience that the measures taken by us, similar measures have been carried out in other countries as well to ensure that the people remain protected. And I think this is something where we have learned from each other's experiences across jurisdictions. And the best of all, we have tried to bring it so that our people are given the best in class facilities. And I think the outcomes have been a sort of a happy ending that yes, there has been a business growth, there has been good settlement ratios, and yes, there have been some complaints here and there, but those numbers also have been reducing. This is also an important barometer that we keep checking off whether consumer grievances are increasing and in what areas are they. I would tell you that the numbers of grievances have also been reducing year on year, which I will definitely credit the insurance companies, the agents, and of course we have also been monitoring them from the IRDAI office. Now, particular about the insurance awareness and the education among our people, I think one of the best things that is happening to us is, for example, look at our population. The median age of our population is hardly 28, 29. Great opportunities ahead. Now, we are also aware that the insurance protection gap is very large in our country, meaning thereby that the number of people who are already brought under the protection net is very less, which means that this is an opportunity that we can really tap into. The millennials today are people who are looking for information before they will take any decision to buy a product. So I think this COVID has come as a godsend for us to re-examine the ways we will communicate with people. How do we explain to them about the concept of insurance, the product we have? How does this product match up to their expectations, both on a today basis and on an ongoing basis? I think these are all opportunities that have come our way, and a lot of improvements have been made in the digital space by the insurers, and the web aggregators also have contributed very handsomely to knowledge dissemination. So I think we are on the cusp of an informed generation getting information on insurance, various protection covers, the need, how does it help them on an ongoing basis. I think the opportunities for us are really something we can look forward to. And this is our chance now to use this insured aware population to improve our insurance coverage among our people and thereby reduce the penetration gap.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much, sir. We have taken quite some time of yours, but before we close, I would like to ask you for a message for the members of the Insurance Institute of India, as well as to the general public. What is your message which you'd like to give to all of us?
First of all, I must commend the Insurance Institute of India. You have been doing a yeoman work for so many years, imparting education. Largely this education, people are in the industry who are benefiting from it. I think two things will have to be done to make the insurance penetration much faster and much deeper. Number one is the general awareness of people about insurance, uh, that has to now happen at a much earlier age. It's not only when people get into their working age that people are exposed to the requirements of insurance. As part of their curriculum, both at the school and the colleges, I think a greater thrust will have to be given on insurance education. So people become aware of the different branches of insurance. How does it help them in their everyday life and businesses? So this is something that will also have to be taken up more strongly than we have done. The second thing is, of course, today's generation are not going to go by somebody has told me, so I accept it. They are going to be data hungry. They will need all the information. So the insurance entities, whether they be insurance companies or the various distribution channels, will have to have trained and qualified people who should be able to clarify to the people at large on the various products and services. The institute, the Insurance Institute of India, has been a human service both in the time when we used to have these physical training, and now because of the COVID, more and more reliance on the online sessions. This is something that we'll have to look up to how we can reach out to more and more people, so that people will be trained, and when they go trained into the marketplace, I think the outcomes are expected to be better. Now, there is also one or two more things I think we will need to introspect. Uh, Generally, people who are associated with the insurance industry are familiar with terms like penetration ratio and density. Penetration is the premium collected to the GDP of the country. Density is about the per capita premium. These are international measures and certainly they have a relevance. But given the context we have in India, probably institutes like yours will possibly help us to find out whether these metrics alone are relevant even today, or we can come up with some more metrics internally in our country which will enable us to measure how we have done in a year and over a period of time in reaching out to more and more people. Is the penetration ratio the only measure to assess performance? Since it is only based on premium, some academics may feel that some more appropriate measures on coverage of the large population in India might be an additional useful metric. Probably institute like yours can help us in coming to those metrics, and this will enable us to understand both at an insurance regulator level, at the level of the government, and also at the level of the insurance entities to ensure that we use these metrics to scale up on our penetration. And obviously on the density, how much more premium can be realized from individuals to increase their insurance cover. I think going forward, these are all the issues that I'm sure we will have the support of the academia in improving the measures to measure our progress of insurance penetration in the country.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for your time, and thanks a lot for that insights which you gave, and especially for that message to the insurance community and the members of the Insurance Institute of India. Thank you once again for being here with us as part of INSEMILIE.
Thank you very much, Dr. Thomas, and my good wishes to all. And again, I think we need to be continuously on guard. I'm sure that we will be aware of our responsibilities for keeping social distancing, keeping ourselves, our families, and our neighborhood safe, so that we all can prosper together. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Bye, sir.